He is the Prime Minister of the only Southeast Asian country that hasn't been colonized by any Western powers. He has pushed his ultra-nationalistic Thai fascist regime to pursue the establishment of a greater Thailand. He has balanced relations with Japan, France, and Britain to remain neutral. But at a crucial moment, a few days before Japan invades in December 1941, Phibun disappears. I'm Indy Nidell, and this is a World War II in real-time special episode on Phibun's Thailand. Field Marshal Playak Phibun Songkram, or Phibun to his friends, has been Prime Minister of Thailand and Siam since 1938. Thailand was officially known as Siam before 1939. Anyway, years before Phibun becomes Prime Minister, he studies military theory in France during the 1920s. He's also a member of the military wing of the People's Party. In 1932, that party launches a bloodless revolution and ends King Praja absolute monarchy. Siam becomes then a constitutional monarchy, though it remains an authoritarian government. Phibun himself rises through the ranks, becoming Minister of Defense in 1936. He does not hide his politics, writing that it is essential that discipline be maintained. To be quite blunt, one must employ the methods of dictatorship. The Siamese government is adopting a version of fascism inspired by the currently fashionable and successful fascist regimes in Italy and Germany. The Siamese government very much introduces its own version of fascism. They steal a lot of things directly from Mussolini and Hitler. Very impressed with the success of mass media propaganda, radio and cinema broadcasts are used to bring a new militant nationalism to hearts and minds. Movies like The Blood of Thai Soldiers and The Blood of Suphan tell the Thai of their military exceptionalism and remind them of their territorial losses to Britain and France in the early 1900s. One of Phibun's close advisors is Luang Wichitwatakan, once called a pocket Goebbels and a fanatical admirer of Adolf Hitler. At one point, he calls the German Führer a divine person who fully merits the love and reverence of the whole of the German people, as well as the praises of the world in general. The fascist salute is introduced, and the Yuashon and UNR youth movements are modeled after the Hitler Jugend. Press is heavily censored, and radio broadcasts are put under national oversight, which it suggests heavy crackdowns on the Chinese community, whom he describes as Jews of the East. Then, in 1938, Phibun becomes Prime Minister. Within a year, he assumes the offices of the Commander-in-Chief of the Army, Defense Minister, Foreign Minister, and Minister of the Interior. He very much becomes the Führer of Thailand, only here he is called Phunam, Thai for leader. Through a series of 12 decrees, he resumes the fascistification of Thailand, introducing a new national anthem, promoting the use of a standardized Thai language, and adopting a xenophobic stance towards foreigners, with a special intolerance for Catholicism. But the first decree officially ditches the country's name, as it reminds him of foreign influence. It is now to be called Thailand. That also signals that he wishes to unify ethnic Thai in a greater Thailand, not just the Siamese. Thailand, with a population of 14 million, including 11 million ethnic Thai, should, according to Wichit, also include the Lao, Shan, and Thai communities in China, as well as the Cambodians, whom he also counts as ethnic Thai. He thinks that this will bring the Thai population to 60 million people, though that is seriously optimistic. These decrees also are a sort of cultural revolution, promoting modernization over traditional culture. Dressing in international attire is encouraged. Eating with cutlery is encouraged as well. Phibun hopes to bring Thailand's prestige to a point where they are respected by the most powerful Western powers in the area, Great Britain and France. Phibun wants Thailand to compete with the European powers over cultural dominance in Southeast Asia. At the same time, he also fears them, so feeling that he needs an Asian, more like-minded ally, he increases his ties with Japan, both politically and culturally. Now, that doesn't mean that Japan and Thailand are becoming best pals. Phibun has good reason to mistrust Japan and Japan's territorial ambitions, but he also doesn't want to cut all ties with Britain and France. Despite his dislike for the imperial status quo in Southeast Asia, he is still very much part of that status quo. He grows a little closer to Japan when, in 1940, he sees an opportunity as France is invaded by Germany. France took some territories from Thailand in earlier wars, and Pibun wants them back. So his forces invade French Indochina. We covered the Franco-Thai War in the regular episodes. The war goes in Pibun's favor, but when France wins a tactical victory at the Battle of Koshang, Pibun wants to consolidate his gains rather than risk losing. Japan acts as a peace broker. Thailand did take some territories, but really wants to annex all of Cambodia. Hoping to persuade the Japanese of this, he covertly promises military access to Japan. The Japanese ultimately do broker a deal between Thailand and France, but they don't give Pibun what he wants, so he withdraws the offer. But it does give Japan the impression that he is somewhat in their pocket. That is not the case, though.